What's up? What's up? What's up? So excited to be here. Happy Friday. It is time for another Trichology 911 business check-in. My name is Maisha Edmond. I'm a licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York. I am also the creator and founder of Trichology 911 University and all that jazz. Just a bit of housekeeping. We are in the midst of registration for group mentorship. Going to be absolutely amazing. We actually increased the time. We added a whole lot of stuff. If you are interested in case studies, you heard anything about case studies, insurance, all that other stuff, I'm going to be actually introducing you to that and allowing you to take part in Trichology 911's case studies, all within that program. You will not be able to get case studies outside of the program. So it's going to be so exciting. But enough about that. Listen, we have an amazing guest that is here with us today. She is an educator. She is a salon owner. She's a trichologist, and that's just a little bit of stuff. If you hear her story, and you're going to hear a little bit of her story, you are going to be absolutely amazed with just that level of expertise that she has, as well as just like what she does and how she does it. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Ebony Roberts.
Hi.
Hey, lady, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. I'm so glad that you agreed to hang out with me on a Friday, huh? In the middle
Absolutely.
of the day.
Thank you for having me, girl.
Yes, yes. So I was saying that you're an educator and a salon owner and a trichologist and you're you have a noonie girl. I
Yes.
mean, you have so much stuff going on. So I wanted to give a light intro because I want you to introduce yourself to us. Let us know who you are, give us some background, and then let us know where you're from as well.
Okay, cool. So I am Ebony Roberts, Cavani, of Cavani's main emerging room. I am a licensed cosmetologist in the state of Illinois and Indiana, and also a certified trichologist and a noonie or a Mimi to a noonie. I have 4 daughters. I am married. We'll be married 23 years, August 1st. Yes. Salon owner. I'm a co-owner of NK Artistry Professional Salon in Tinley Park, Illinois. What else? I coach those in the industry who really don't know what they want to do. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. I also am a Misfits coach, and that's our youth ministry at church. So I mentor or I'm with them, leader, being a leader with them. God, dog it, a whole lot. Okay, I do a lot, but I'm grateful though. Grateful.
You know what is so amazing because you coach in your personal life and you coach in your professional life, and you're able to educate, and then like being a co-owner of a salon as well, like having people be able to see you
Yeah,
working, and then you're like kind of coaching them like on the job. So
yeah.
that's like really good as well. So let us know like about your coaching professionally, like when you say they don't know what they want to do in the industry, like give us a little information on that.
Okay, so let's see. It may be 10 years ago now. I went back to school to get my educator's license and started, of course, from ground zero with new people coming into the industry, want to know about the industry, and got to maybe like 100 hours that I had to complete and realized that I didn't have financial aid, right? So I felt like you guys knew that way back and you should have told me. So that way I could have been prepared to pay this money, but I'm not going to pay you a lump sum when, you know. And so I took 4 students from that school and I said, I am going to prove to myself that this is what I can do. So I'm about to give them everything that I absolutely have to give, no holds bar, and I'm just gonna watch them flourish. And people always would say, well, you have 4 girls, they don't want to do this. No, they don't. Um, I would love for them to, but then I also know my kids. So it's like, yeah, if you don't have the type of personality to deal with, you know, the consumer on this level,
Yeah.
no. Um, and so I took them, and I mean, when I tell you everything that I could give, I gave. And to sit and watch them flourish into, like, surpass anything that I could have ever imagined them to be, made my heart, like, just, it's always happy. And so I was just like, this is something. Let me see what this can be. And so I sat down with a business planner, and she was just like, yeah, you have a program. And she broke it down. And that's how Kavani's Coaching Essentials became a thing. And so I would take maybe like 5 individuals at a time, that were in school at the time. It was an emphasis on you being in school at a certain amount of hours, because we all know in cosmetology school, they do not prepare you for the real world. And
Right.
so that was my job, to be able to walk alongside them so they can find their niche. And then that turned into, it's a lot of us old heads that don't want to be behind a chair anymore. And so it's like, well, I'm going to quit the industry and get a 9 to 5. And I'm like, no, it's $1 billion industry. You're going to stay here and you're going to find what you can do right now, you know? And so that's kind of where it evolved from. So that's what I do.
Wow, so that's amazing. So I heard so much in that, but one of the things that I heard was that, you know, you decided to step out and then you took others with you because you knew that you had so much to pour in them. So let's go this way. When you heard the word trichology, when you first heard the word trichology, what made you say, I need to add this to my arsenal? What was that?
Oh my God. So let's rewind. Cosmetology school was the first time that I've heard the word trichology. And I noticed that during my 1,500 hours, the best parts of my learning came from the biology of hair. Now, I would never have thought that science would have been, you know, intriguing to me. Like, I was super fascinated. So they threw that word around real loosely. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to remember this because I want to do that. And fast forward 20 years later, it came back full circle. It's like, okay, you know what? I am treating guests that have a little bit more severity when it comes to hair loss and scalp issues. And I just want to know for sure what I'm doing and what I'm saying is accurate. And I want to be able to put medical terminology, you know, with hair loss, because there's so many different forms. There's so many reasons why uh, we will never stop learning. This
Right.
is to death do us part. Okay. So it's like, everybody is a case by case. And so to know just the foundation and the fundamentals of how the scientific part of it works, that's where it came from.
Wow, and that's crazy. I remember being in school and we got to that trichology chapter and I kind of was like, and you know,
Right.
like in my Milady book, you know,
Right.
it had like some pictures and you know, I'm looking and I'm saying, "Oh, this is wonderful," you know.
Right.
So it was very intriguing. And it's so funny because you said 20 years. It took me like 10 years to find a trichology program after the day that I discovered trichology in school. So when I want to go to this part. So you went to this, you get into this place, and now it's like 20 years later, you're seeing people that have these hair and scalp issues, and you're kind of like, all right, I want to help them. What did you do? What was your first step?
Finding a school. Finding, first of all, not just finding any school, but finding, to your point, when I really got serious about it, it took me about 2 years, 2.5 years to really choose and choose wisely. I didn't want to rush it. I didn't want to pay for a quick fix. I didn't want to, I wanted to know, everything that I possibly could know. And so WTS, World Trichology Society, pops up. So it popped up so many times. I was just like, I don't know, like the UK, like I don't know, and it was just like right in the back of my mind. But then there are other schools that advertise shorter time. And it looks intriguing because of the play on words. It can suck you in if you don't really know what you're looking for, and that's to put it nicely. But I went back and I just said, you know what? Let me just do this. Let me just do it. Now, it took me 3 months to just turn in chapter 1. Oh, I was like, and then when I actually, because my nerves, it just wouldn't, I just was like, oh my God, I'm really about to do this.
Right.
Right. So I the fear came, my nerves were shot. I was just like, and I held that chapter 1. Do you understand me? And it probably was longer than 3 months. Right. I held it, and I was just like, I am not turning the page. All I saw was chapter 1. That was it. And finally, when I sat down to do it, I said, girl, all they did was ask you one question. You
okay. Why do you want to be a trichologist? And it took you
exactly, and it took 3 months. And that's when I knew, okay, just do it. Now, along the way, it was touch and go because some of those chapters was like, whoa. But towards the end, I met a wonderful, amazing, amazing woman by way of Marquita. She introduced me to this dope chick named Maisha Edmonds, who is a certified trichologist in the state of New York City. Listen, I swear, like, and I know I'm probably jumping ahead of your questions, but I have to say that if it was not for you, I literally, and that is your word, literally do not know if I would be doing this right now. And that's 100% truthful. Like, I would have got to the end of that program and would have been like, I don't even know what to do with this, all this money I just spent 2.5 years going to school and whatever, it's a good resume builder. You say whatever you're going to say, but you pushed us into a place of no excuse. And it makes me laugh because that's my thing when I coach. I don't care what. If you ain't dead, don't call me talking about you about to not do nothing. You got to be in the hospital. You have to be dead on the IV. I don't care how many kids you got. I don't care. Whatever I have to do to make sure you get done with what you say you want me to help you with, we're going to get it done. And so you didn't let up. And I am grateful to know you. I'm grateful to have this whole everything.
It's so funny because I remember before I really went full force with Trichology 911 University, one of the first classes that you took was this 3-day thing I did. And I think it was like free. And it was like, we had you came and I'm like talking about the contracts and I'm talking about like different stuff. And then I came up with something else and you were like, listen, I don't be giving people my money. I don't be paying for programs and stuff like that, because you must be something, because I don't.
Listen, I don't do it.
You're like, I ain't giving people my money. Like, I already know what it is. But it was so good to be able to meet with you, and we met every week, and sometimes you was tired, and you was like, but I'll never forget when we were like close to done, and your husband was like, is that Maisha? Let me talk to her.
I swear they will. I sick of me. I'm like, oh, get out my room because Maisha said I had to do this. I need to set this up. Y'all get out of here. He was like, who is this person?
Yeah, and he was just like, thank you so much, for helping my wife. And I was just like, wow, that was such a compliment, because I just knew that you already had it, and it was just like you finding the space to implement it. I know that there were like so many shifts in business, because we were like height of the pandemic, you were down to, first of all, there were no days, and then you were like down to the one day in the salon, and then trying to figure out what day would be your trichology day,
Yep.
and trying to do all that other stuff. So before you found Trichology 911, what did you need? What did you feel like you needed when it came to using the trichology information that you had gained?
Trichology 911. That's the truth. I did. I needed a coach. Every coach needs a coach. Every mentor needs a mentor. And I think that when you came at the time you came, for that long, I had never been coached. I just never had, because I felt like my thought process is this, and I could be wrong, but this is just the way that I think. If you can cook, why go to school to learn how to cook? You go to school to learn how to properly use your utensils, and how to maybe set the stuff out, how to really cater, or your business. You go to school for that. But if you know how to cook, then you know how to cook. Nobody can. So it was just like, I've been doing this. I know that I need more, but I'll know when I need it. I'll feel it. And so up until that point, all those years, nobody ever spoke to me through me. It was just like, you're very surface, and you want me to pay you how much?
Right.
Like, what did you just say? And so it was just like, yeah, no, I didn't find the value in it. And then it was no proven track record either. It was just like, somebody told you you can coach and you're good at giving advice, and you put a dollar, and I just wasn't for that. And so when you came, like, you really spoke volumes to my inner being, if that makes sense. And so
Yeah.
I was just like, it's something to this, and I really, at this time, I need to be coached.
Yeah, that's crazy, because um I was really stepping out at that time too. Like, I have all this experience, and I want to help people to understand, because remember, even in that time, in the height of the pandemic, I coined the phrase trichology is easy. And I kept saying trichology is easy. Like, you already have it, it's easy. And every time, whatever scenario it was that made it seem like it was hard, I'm like, no, but it's easy. So what did you get done? Let me see it. Because I just knew that you could do it. So um, how would you say that the classes, the different times, the powwows, all that stuff, how do you feel like it impacted you and your business as a trichologist?
It really gave me the foundational wherewithal to just really know what I know. And like you said, trichology is easy. We knew this. We're just putting terminology to what we already new and what we've already been doing. And so um just having, and so I'll say it this way. Anytime I'm doing general services and I drop a comb, I can hear Miss Tracy's voice. And that lady, don't you pick that comb up? Don't you pick that comb up? Sanitations. So you're like a Miss Tracy to me. So it's like every time I am doing any trichology guest, or if I'm offering those services, I can just hear parts of our conversations, parts of our powwows, our late night sessions, the laughters that we would have when we're talking about just different things. And it just all comes back to memory at the time that I need it. And so that's just kind of how I use it. And that's the benefit of, you know, being a part of such an awesome group of people. It was like we all knew something but didn't know everything, but together we
Yeah.
knew everything, if that makes
Mm.
sense. And
Yes.
all lent what we had to strengthen each other in every practice. And it wasn't like I shouldn't say this because then that means that I'm not gonna. No, we were like, hey, who is for you is for you. And if I can't do it, let me refer you to this person. Or
Yes.
even if I could, let me refer you to this person. Or, hey, you know what? This is the issue that I'm dealing with. Can you guys help me sort this out? And we were there to help each other. So that is truly something that you just don't get, especially with African American women. I am sorry to say, but
Wow.
I'm sorry, not at all, but I am.
But I'm not.
I'm not.
But I'm not.
Yeah, we just don't hold each other up as we ought to.
And I was thinking about the support that kind of atmosphere that we created um, with being able to say, "Hey, this is what I saw. This is what I'm experiencing," and it wasn't so much the normal. What do you think you see? But I'm saying, how much did you charge?
Right. And we all quiet. It got quiet. Like, what's she talking
What
about?
you?
She
How
don't
much?
know nothing.
How much did you charge for that? And it's like, oh, and I'm like, do that over, do that over. And I remember saying, it's a Tiffany lifestyle. You it's a Tiffany's lifestyle.
Yes.
Like it's a luxury to work with you, but it's a needed luxury. And to be able to help you to really get into that space.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yes.
What is next for Cavani's Main? What is next for the ER, the emerging room? What are you
Which, by
cooking?
the way, you came up with that, girl.
I mean, you already had the ER though,
Yeah,
so
I know. I never put it together like you did, but okay. So what's next? I am currently going back to school. Like I said, this is for life. And it's always to better understand what I'm putting out there and what I want to be represented as. And so I start in July. I'm super excited and nervous all at the same time again. But it's definitely it's gonna be worth it. And then on the other side, I am coaching. Just the foundational fundamentals of you walking with you alongside you to help you find the path, that you want to take in this amazing industry. Like, guys, this industry is everything, and we're always going to be necessary. So if you position yourself right, and if you know what you want, how you want it, and you have the heart for it, I can help you get there. I can help you get there.
absolutely. Absolutely. So do you still have the group for that? So like how are you
Uh,
doing that?
so it will be live on the website
Nice.
Monday.
Okay.
Monday. I have a couple of things to add, but it'll be live on the website on Monday. And currently I'm doing one-on-ones But on the site, it will have a group session for the first 15 people. And it is a 30-day intensive.
Oh, nice.
And so where you won't have like a lot of one-on-one time, just to have the network and the building of helping each other, get to places that you want to see yourself in. It kind of works, for me, a
Yeah.
little bit better to have somebody walk alongside you. But the one-on-ones, they're generally for those who like are really, really seasoned, and they are just having a hard time with the transition of coming from behind the chair totally and not going to work at PepsiCo. No dig, no
Right.
shade, but that's literally what I've seen.
Right.
I'm like, I'm at the Shed Aquarium. Why are you asking me about parking? And I know you're a cosmetologist and you're good at what you do. So
Right.
these are the questions that I have. But the one-on-ones are for people have been in the industry well over 10 years, so I don't really offer that to the babies.
Yeah.
But the group coaching, it works. I am not tooting my own horn, but it is
But beep beep though.
100%, right? Beep, 100% success rate. If you apply it, I'll give
And
it to you,
yeah, I
but you
think
gotta
that's the
apply
thing
it.
too. You gotta apply it. You gotta use it.
Gotta
Don't
use it.
get it and just tuck it away.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I'm really excited about that. And we know that you can be reached at Cavanis.com, right?
Yeah.
That's actually on the screen. I don't want to hold you, but I want you to um if there was someone that was in your position that got the trichology training and is trying to figure out how to make it work, what would you tell them about Trichology 911, Trichology? Just what would you tell them to do? How would you admonish them?
First of all, please know that this is not a financial gaining opportunity. It is not. It is not something that you should just walk into as a means to get ahead financially. Even though that will come, you need to be trusted, a trusted source, and that comes with education. That comes with learning. That comes with trial and error. That comes with, you know, a lot more than just let me put this price tag on it and this is what you're going to pay with no results. So you want to be able to see the results. You really need to register for this group mentorship because I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Even if you are unsure if trichology is what you want, this will teach you or will help you know if this is what you really want to do. It's not for everybody. I'm going to pause there and just say it again. It's not for everybody.
Right, it's
It's
true.
not. And please do not allow for, how do I want to say this? The media to trick you into believing that it's something that it's not, because there is a lot of false information given. And until you have schooling and mentoring and programs like this mentorship program behind you, you will be misinformed and you can damage somebody. You can damage them. And word of mouth, that is the highest form of anything. So if you burn your name, it's burnt. Okay. So, you know, that is my suggestion. Like really, really know. You have to know first if this is what you want to do. And if
Yeah.
unsure, get with Maisha, get with Trichology 911. It is so simple to follow. But it does require work. You have to put in the work. It's not just gonna come. You're not just gonna get rich tomorrow. That you're not. So
Yeah, and I think like with trichology too, it's like it's a solution based um discipline, but at the same time you have to like you said, you have to know your stuff. You have to study because you have to always approach it with a multi-therapeutic approach, where you're like, you can do one thing and then figure out it doesn't work, and then do something else and figure out it doesn't work. But is that going to be the best, like, for your client? And I think with Trichology 911, how we have simplified stuff that, like simplifying. Okay, it's not that, it's easy. So
Yeah.
you're saying, oh, I'm scared, this, that, and the other. And I'm saying, look again,
Yeah.
it's not that, it's only this. And so to have somebody to break that kind of stuff down for you, I think is something that
It's
really helps.
huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's invaluable. I am serious. It is invaluable. Just the things that you overlook, and this, not even just hyping it up like it is the truth. What she shares is what you need. You need to have this alongside picking a school that is going to help you break open everything else that you need to know. But you have to have a mentor in anything in life. You should invest in yourself in that
You
way.
really should. Yeah. Oh, wait. So, because I'm gonna let you go,
Okay.
but how did you like case studies? Just express. Yeah. How did you like case studies? Because that was
Case studies are always interesting for me because people, even my guests that come in, they laugh because they're like, well, why did you pick being a trichologist? The heart of me wants to help, but let me tell you, if your scalp is something else other than what's regular, I'm done. Okay, if something jumping out at me, I can't do it. So them case studies, when it was like other situations,
yeah.
that I'm like, Lord, why can't it just be female pattern hair loss? Why does
Right.
it need
Right.
to be oh my God, CCCA plus, it's inflamed, and just all of that. So I always would get queasy, but I would manage to pull it out and get through it. Queasy stomach at all. But oh my goodness, I don't know why I'm a trichologist when my stomach is that weak. So, but case studies will help you put what you see um, versus what you kind of know, put it together
Yeah.
in a more clinical way. So it kind of helps you put things together to make it make sense. And then you're able to explain to your guest, hey, it's really as simple as changing. Maybe you need to balance out the alkaline in your body, so change the water, for a couple of days. Drink a higher alkaline water so you can get from out of that acidic part of the pH, or add more folic acid to your diet, especially if you're taking iron supplements, like, just different things of that nature. You want to be
Yeah.
able to say, and they're looking like, dang, I didn't even think about that, because you don't. So that's what we're here for.
Right. And I think that that's one of the things that case studies does for us too. Like, it just, again, simplifies it once
Yeah.
again, makes you look at it so that you're not, you know, like sitting over the client while they're sitting in a chair, like, what is that?
Googling.
Googling, trying to pretend like you're doing something else, trying to phone
Right.
a friend, help me, sneaking pictures. So, no, this was fun. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that everyone has enjoyed it. Let me put your website back up here.
Thank you
You
so
guys
much for
need to go.
having me.
Yes, it was amazing. I want you guys to go to Kavanas.com, especially if you are new in the industry or in the industry and you're like, where do I go? Like, how do I don't want to let this go. This was a dream of mine. And it is not my dream to go and get a whole nother job because somebody tried to convince me that being in the beauty industry is not lucrative. So listen, you got it. If you need a coach for that, definitely I want you to connect with Ebony because she is going to get your foundation straight. And if your foundation is jacked up, anything you build on that is going to be cracked up. So
Yeah.
you want to make sure that you definitely do that. Also, once again, a bit of housekeeping. Group mentorship registration is open right now. And so you can go to my link tree and click on that, and just you can do your deposit. And I will see you July 22nd when we start. It's going to be absolutely amazing. 12 weeks, insurance and case studies and all that stuff to build your business and to price and your protocols and your treatment plans and all that stuff that really makes your business make sense.
Yes. You need it.
Yes,
You
we're going
need
to
it.
pull it all together. So that was that. I want to thank you again for joining me and on a Friday in the afternoon. I know that you are busy and you could have been anywhere else, but you came to hang out, and so I do appreciate it. If you want to be the last to say something, and we are out of here.
Well, the only thing is, guys, stay healthy in mind, body, and crown. See ya.